From the heart of America to the corners of the globe, welcome to Voices of Distilling, powered by the American Distilling Institute. Unearth the stories, the passion, and the faces behind every drop. Dive deep into the world where tradition meets innovation. With me, your host, Ronnell Richards. Let's tap into the spirit of distilling, where every voice is unique, but the heart remains the same. Let the journey begin.
Welcome back to Voices of Distilling, brought to you by the American Distilling Institute. My name is Ronnell Richards, and I am your host. And today, I am joined by my friend Mark here from the great city of St. Louis, which has a pretty rich history of distilling and, well, beer making, of course, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so you were with 1879 Distillery.
That's correct.
And I got to tell you, I didn't know a ton about you beforehand in terms of your distilling, but I'm really excited to learn more and learn a little bit about the story. But when we do these shows, one of the things I always like to do is do a little bit of homework, see if I can stump you, right? A little bit of a little known fact that you might know, or maybe, hopefully, you probably know this. This is probably like a layup for you. Here you go. Did you know that, maybe you're doing this, in fact, that there is a tradition of distilling in distilling in St. Louis where barrel aging is done under the Gateway Arch as like a marketing thing? Did you know that?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
All right. Before we hopped on, we were talking about our kind of shared interest in sports and how tough it can be sometimes for a St. Louis fan nowadays. You lost your football team, but you have a great baseball history.
Yeah. Maybe not this year, but
there's always next year.
There's always next year,
and
exactly.
I know you St. Louis Cardinals fans will continue to show up and support because you guys
they're loyal fans.
Are
exactly.
very, very loyal. So tell me about some of the work that you're doing in your distillery. First, I'd really like to know when you started, and let's start there.
When we started, we bought a restaurant in 2016 in St. Louis called the Village Bar.
Okay.
It had been around since 1872.
Whoa.
So we renovated it and kind of
rebuilt
it. Rebuilt it. We've been repairing it ever since. But
is it like on the historical register or something like that?
It's not a historical register, but there's a lot of historic significance about it. It was a post office for De Pere before De Pere was even a community. Mm-hmm. It was from 1872 to 1903. It was a post office.
Really?
And a general store for the whole area of West St. Louis County.
So, there are a lot of distilleries that are opening up these brand new, Disneylands, and that's not a criticism. It's just like that's something that we've seen a lot, right?
Yep.
And you've chosen to go and take a property with clearly a lot of history.
Right.
What was the rationale behind that? Why did
the
you
history,
make that?
We found out we did a little more history in the area. We were the second distillery in the area. The first one was the founders of the Lutheran Church right down the street.
Okay.
And they made peach and apple brandy back in the 1840s.
Oh, wow.
In the area. So the thought was that it was a brewing town and we would not be able to compete against the breweries here. But the distilling heritage was still there, and we wanted to bring that back and build a distillery in the back of the restaurant.
How's the community received
barn.
it?
Pardon?
How's the community
They've
received
embraced it.
Awesome.
In the beginning, it was a little bit of a challenge because everyone really didn't understand distilling, and we had to educate them on the process and what it was all about. And we took the barn and renovated the barn and made that an event space and our distillery behind that. So.
Okay, so we've got restaurant, event space, and the distillery.
That's correct.
Fantastic. So tell me where this interest in distilling, where did it start for you?
My partner and I, were throwing around different ideas to do something. We found an old OFC bottle that was in the rafters of the bar and in the basement.
Uh-huh.
And we said, what about a craft distillery? And it's like, what about it? Let's think about it and see if it's feasible to do. And it was the challenge. And the education of educating us on how to do it, and we put it together, and we're very proud of where we are right now.
Where did you start with the education?
We read some books, looked at stuff online, looked at the heritage of the area, just really understood the distilling process. My background was with Anheuser-Busch, and understand the brewing part of it, but didn't really understand all the details of distilling, and thought, what, we can do this. So
that is very ambitious. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it. So, like, if you could go back, right, and tell yourself something, because no doubt you learned some tough lessons after you made that decision. If you could go back in time and say, hey, listen, do this or don't do that, what would you tell yourself?
My biggest thing is to be patient and not try to push things down the path. And if you think about it and you sleep on it, the right decisions come through. So we took our time. It was during COVID to put everything together, and we didn't rush. We did it meticulously, and had a lot of research that we did with different people, and AB Biotech, our consultants on the east side, and kind of really worked on the old school recipes that we had. And we were able to, really come up with some a good game plan of putting things together.
So let's talk about those recipes. What are you distilling?
Right now, we're distilling our bourbon. We've got a bourbon. We've got a rum. We've got our vodkas. We've got some flavored vodkas also that we've made. So,
what's your favorite?
My favorite's a vodka.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just smooth. It's unique. It's got taste, flavor.
Now I'm looking forward to seeing all of those SKUs this year in 2025 at our spirits competition.
Yes.
And so that's a reminder for all of you distillers out there. Get your registrations in early for that, so you can make sure and reserve your spot. So you've got your bourbon, you got your rum, you got your vodka, and you said you're doing some flavorings as well.
So we've got some black cherry, we've got a cucumber, and we've got a grape vodka that all won in the American Distillers Institute contest. So
Fantastic.
We're very proud of that. Our first entry in a competition to be able to come back with these awards. We're pretty satisfied.
What was that experience like for you? The submission process, the information that you got back on your spirits that you submitted?
It was very positive. I mean, it was, it's like we took our time to put it together, and the recipes to put it together, and having the time to be able to do it right over the last couple of years, really kind of was rewarding on the medals that we run right out of the bat.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell me what's next. Are you doing something? You got some top secret or something fun that you guys are working on?
Well, we're working on, blending some other whiskeys. We're looking at maybe an agave, American agave.
Nice.
What we're thinking about. So here this week, we've done a little more research and met some other great people to help us down that path.
That's a great place for that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's here. Any sort of supplier that you need.
Right.
We've got so many just a nice mix of experienced distillers, new distillers that have new ideas, and so it's a great place to get inspired.
And the approach from our team is just to think different. How can we improve this, or how can we look at something differently to make it better? So that's what we've been doing this week.
Mark, I'd love to get some advice from you in regard to like your business model, because you had a restaurant, right? And you created a distillery and the event space all along with that. So tell me, because I think there are a lot of distillers they're challenged right now and kind of figuring out their business model, trying to figure out if they should focus more on the juice and the distribution, or creating an experience, or doing things with food, all that. In your experience, what have you found to kind of be the right mix and focus for you that you think might help some other folks?
The right mix is to really reach out to other people in the industry and ask questions and listen to what they're saying and look how it would fit in your model and your situation. The biggest thing right now is just benchmarking off of other ideas that are out there. It's not that that anyone has a better idea or than anybody else. It's coming up with the right solution for your business plan. So other people give you ideas, and they'll take it for their situation and shape it the way they need to shape it.
So you said that you worked with Anheuser-Busch before.
Yes, I did.
Okay. What were you doing?
I was in the business consulting. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel like that's benefited you or helped you in this business?
My background at Anheuser-Busch and being exposed to people on the distribution network, really helped me look at different ideas and how to solve different problems in life and in general. So we just applied that to our business model here for 1879 and our restaurant, the Village Bar.
Yeah, I asked that because, I've found so many brewers that have got into distilling and that kind of like the craft brewing craze kind of hit a little bit before the distilling, kind of craft distilling craze. And so I've noticed that there's a lot of best practices that the beer guys have kind of brought to help to elevate and grow our industry a little bit faster and bringing some insights and kind of creating, again, this nice mix of education that's I think has helped us to grow a little bit faster. Would you share that opinion? Or
Yes, I think that the distribution network from Anheuser-Busch and understanding the 3-tier system, and it's helped us think through our marketing strategy and how we'd execute in the trades in our local area, and how we're building our team, having great people on our team, and recruiting other good ideas to our team from our employees and from outside people. It's really proven to be successful.
One more question that I have for you in terms of like your business operation, because again, so many of our audience, they're distillers out there and they're just trying to figure out how to be successful, right? And how to kind of take it to the next level. And you've got this, again, you've got the food, and you've got the events, and you've got your distillery. Like how do you manage that from a personnel standpoint? Do you have different people that are kind of doing different things or overseeing multiple things? How does your personnel look like to be able to manage that?
We have different people in charge of different roles and different responsibilities throughout the company. We trust in our employees and believe in them and allow them to be successful. Our main focus, my partners and I, is to make everyone successful. And that's the dream of hard work, and hard work, it pays off. And our team, I can't speak more highly of our team than the team we got, and to continue to grow the team.
So you got a great team and they're crushing it.
That's right.
How do you find them? That's the challenge. How do you find that good talent?
You work hard at it. And there's no easy button, as you know, and you just work hard and be persistent and be focused on getting the right people and train them and believe in them and give them the opportunities to be successful.
I've seen a couple of different successful models for that. Like some focus on kind of developing the talent, like bringing people in that maybe aren't necessarily fully qualified for the job they ultimately want them to do, but they're a good cultural fit, and then they kind of invest in them. And then I see folks that invest in going out and finding the best talent and then kind of bringing them into their culture. What's worked the best for you?
I think it's going out and finding the right skill set and people with the right attitude that believe in what our vision is, and be able to bring them in and mold them and train them to be successful. We're persistent. We don't give up.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing. You got to stay persistent and focused on what's important and what needs to get done. And that's why we bring good people in.
Love it. Okay, so my last question is just a fun question. It gives me a little insight into who you are as an individual. And this is my desert island question. Okay. So you're on a desert island. You get one cocktail or spirit. What is it for you?
My desert island drink would be rum and coke, I guess.
Okay. What kind of rum?
1879 Havana rum.
100%. That's the one. That is the correct answer. Nice job, Mark. All right. So, for folks that want to purchase your spirits, what's the best way for them to do that?
So right now we have a speakeasy that's set up next to our restaurant, and we'll have a retail shop there also, and we will be selling it on premise at our place right now.
Okay.
And then in the future we will look at distribution in the St. Louis area and different distributors across the Midwest. So.
And that community in St. Louis that you're located in, tell me that again.
It's West St. Louis County. It's
okay.
like 270 and Manchester Road, the old Route 66.
Okay. If you're in St. Louis, you absolutely have to get through. Make sure you stop in. Tell them I sent you, because that means that you'll get. What are they going to get, Mark? They're going to get something. You're going to give them something.
Give them some Red Barn vodka.
Red Barn vodka. All right. Make sure you stop through. And your website is
1879 Distilling.
1879 Distilling, which again will be in our show notes. But make sure that you guys get to their website. That you become a follower of them. Their news. You've got social as well going on, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, make sure you follow them on social so you can follow their journey as they get out, bigger distribution and all that. So you can make sure that you can purchase those spirits and get them in your home. This has been
give you the tour
and the tour,
yeah,
because it's all about the experience,
That's
right?
Exactly right.
Mark, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
And again, folks, as always, thank you for being part of this community at ADI. If you are a distiller, you're our people. If you are a server, you're our people. If you're an influencer, you're our people. If you care about spirits, you're our people, and you need to be part of this membership. Okay? Thank you again for watching. Y'all have a fantastic day. See you next time.
As we conclude another episode of Voices of Distilling, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to you, our cherished listeners. Your support is the lifeblood of our show, and we are endlessly thankful for each and every one of you. If you've enjoyed our conversation today, please take a moment to rate and review our podcast. It truly helps others discover these spirited stories. And if you wish to further support our mission, consider becoming a member of the American Distilling Institute. As a member, you'll dive deeper into the world of distilling, gain access to exclusive content, be a part of our dynamic annual conference, and immerse yourself in a community where knowledge and passion converge. Visit our website, distilling.com, for more details on how you can benefit from membership and contribute to the vibrant tapestry of distilling. Until our glasses clink again, remember, every drop has a story, every voice a passion. Raise your glass and cheers to the heart of distilling.